JJ Solomon.
This Kareem Bradshaw, Mr. RTBA, Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.
It's your boy, Mr. LTBA, Mr. 214, Senor Dos, Senor Dos, 14. Mr. Undeniable, Mr. D Boy can't touch me. On my worst day, my TSB, you understand me? With my dog, my brother, the partner, the one and other, Mr. JJ Solomon, hold up, Mr. New York, and overnight, Mr. Las Vegas, you understand me? Y'all see how he coming? JJ, what's popping, my guy?
What's popping is I'm tired, my boy. I'm tired. We woke up.
Cuz, you out there putting in that road work, cuz, in like real time.
Yeah, no doubt. Listen, you know, we stepped away. Obviously, both of us have our babies, so it's hard to get on the road. But my baby's about 15 months old now, so we figured this was the perfect weekend to get back going. You know, we covered 3 big fights yesterday. Now,
talk about that, JJ. Talk about the scenery. I know we're gonna make this a quick one, but I want to ask you some questions. Tell me about the scenery and what you think about how Turkey Al-Sheikh put it together.
Man, I have a lot to say. It could probably be its own episode, but I'll talk about it.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about the look.
Yeah, the look, amazing. Probably what you guys saw on TV probably looked dope. It probably was super badass. But there were a lot of angry. Hey, shout out to Mike Ramirez, another man who's probably one of the biggest.
Mike Ramirez, he in Las Vegas yet?
He said, I'm on the plane supporting TSB. He was actually rocking with us yesterday in New York for the fights, and now he's on his way out here.
Salute to Mike. Is Mike by himself or he with his wife?
No, he's solo, riding solo.
Shout out to my boy Mike Ramirez, you understand me?
Shout out, yeah, he'll be here in a bit. But anyway, man, it looked beautiful, right? But listen, I'm gonna make this in a nutshell. Fans couldn't see it from the street, period. You couldn't see it. Even in the media centers where they had media, it was like at the Good Morning America Center, Hard Rock Cafe. It was elevated, but you still could not see over the things. This thing turned out to be a big party for Turkey and his millionaire and billionaire friends, bro. The way they handled media, I don't want to shit on it. This is room for improvement for the next one, since this was the first time. But they got a lot to learn, a lot of notes to take back to the office, and scenery was beautiful. But little things, like we heard Ryan Garcia say yesterday, it didn't feel like a fight. The vibe wasn't cool. It wasn't loud. There was no cheering. It was awkwardly quiet, bro. Inside that middle area, because we peeped it out, inside that middle area was quiet, dog. It was like a sparring session at a gym. So there's certain elements to where it was cool. Look, I talked to William Cepeda, and he confirmed that Central Park will be the location for him and Shakur Stevenson. And although that's a crazy idea too, at least it's not in the middle of the street. At least you're not putting pedestrians in danger. At least you'll be able to lock down a park. So scenery was awesome. The vibes were cool. There was a lot of angry fans though who made that trip. They made that trip to watch the fight. Ultimately, a lot of them couldn't. So I feel for it. If I had to grade the event, man, I unfortunately would have to give this a D minus, a F. You know, the saving grace was hopefully we at least get to see some good fights. But the fights, as we know, kind of fizzled out as well. Hey, shout out to Al Money with the 199 super sticker. We appreciate you, my boy. Ramirez said, don't forget Elmo had a free ticket too. He was in the background. But no, man, overall, you know, boxing was the talk of the town, so that's a win, but definitely some room for improvement that they need to get together, dog. But let's talk about where we're at now. Literally in a matter of 2 hours, you're gonna have the return of the monster Naoya Inoue right on stage behind me, weighing in here in a little bit for his big fight tomorrow against Ramon Contreras, right? Cardenas, my bad, Ramon Cardenas. Look, Cardenas got one loss on his record. We know who Inoue is, the undefeated monster, arguably #1 fighter in the world. He's been our fighter of the year 2 years in a row. Correa, are you excited to see Inoue? But more importantly, excited to see Inoue back in the States, dog.
Man, I'm this. That's what I'm excited about,
Sure.
to see Inoue back in the States. And look, I'm excited about this fight too. And this ain't no shade to Cardenas. Real good fighter, JJ.
Sure.
Real good. It's just when you speaking on Inoue, this is a guy that's on just this level of his own, JJ. Now, when they call him, what you say today, from what I say, from New York to Las Vegas, from coast to coast to see. You said something from coast to coast to see the monster, right?
Hmm.
That's how special he is, bro. And I like Cardenas, man, but I'm just more excited about Inoue coming over here to the States again, and just giving us a taste of it. I'm not mad at him for doing it in his hometown,
Sure.
but I'm
Nah.
glad that he back over here and we could actually get to see him, and well, you could actually get to see him, and the people who are gonna be in the Las Vegas area will get the chance to see him.
Facts, bro. And listen, there is a this. We're still an hour and 45 minutes to them opening the weigh-in, and you got the ESPN stand right there, and there is a line out the ass already starting to form, bro. So he's definitely bringing out the crowd. There's a lot of international media out here, so man, it's obvious and it's needless to say that the American boxing public is excited to have Inoue back. Um, Hey, and he's right in the middle of a huge boxing weekend too, dog. Obviously, yesterday's event, we got Canelo fighting tonight, and it's Inoue to close out the weekend. So let's be real, right? We got to keep it real and unbiased and all that. And it's always cool to get on here and do prediction shows but this is one of those situations where Inoue is Inoue, man. He's levels above the whole flock. So, we were doing a little bit of film study yesterday on Cardenas. He's a guy that does get hit. He's a guy that wants to box. He's a guy that sometimes wants to brawl, and he's not elite at either one of them. And when you have somebody who has that pinpoint precision, that power, that speed, that IQ that anyway does, Corey, I'm predicting quick work for the monster tonight. But I think it's important that he makes quick work of it because he still has a lot of critics here in the United States that says he ain't done it. He ain't done it. So what I don't want to see is Inoue carry him for 10 rounds for the sake of entertaining the fans or whatever. This needs to be a statement for the skeptical American public, in my opinion. Shout out to
Oh no,
Barbecue, by the
I
way.
concur.
Look
I,
who just showed up.
who
Look
is
who
that?
just showed up. Look who just showed up.
Boxing and barbecue. He
Yeah.
making his debut. And what's popping, man? But look,
Yeah.
JJ, I concur with everything you said. I couldn't have said it better, man. Like in your way, the precision, the power, just the physical ability, the IQ, and just what he's able to do and destroy
Sure.
these good fighters and make them look like they're amateurish, bro. You know,
100%.
Monster early, JJ. And I think Monster is one of them type of fighters, right? To where even though he ain't from where we from, I think everybody got that in them where they hear the critics, they understand and they know what type of statement they need to make. And I think him coming into the US, he understands that he has to come out here and put on a hell of a show to remind these US folks who still for some reason out they rabbit ass mind don't believe him that he is who he
Absolutely,
is,
dog.
right? And he
That's
gonna have to wake
facts.
him up.
Rabbit ass mind is absolutely correct, bro. Yeah, so I say this, a little bit follow up on anyway though, dog. Like what's next? He has been fighting mandatories. We saw what he did with Fulton last time he was in the state. Actually, I think he fought in the states after Maloney one time. I can't remember, but when the COVID time when he was fighting in the bubble. But it's about time, Are you wanting in a way to start considering moving up? Are you wanting?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
no,
it's
it's
like,
time, it's time,
what
it's
do you thought?
time, bro. Like, what else do he have to prove,
Sure.
JJ?
Hmm.
What else? He like running through these dudes like we turn on a water fountain and get us some water, bro. It's
Facts,
easy
bro.
work. Like, I'm not mad at him, for dominating because Inoue is actually fighting the top people who they say is the top people in the in the division.
Sure.
So I'm not mad at him for doing what he's doing, but jeez, it comes a time and a point in your career where you're like, okay, I done did everything, hero.
Watch your
It's
pressure,
time
bro.
for me to move up. Or Jay,
Thanks, dog. Thank
Jay, what if Inoue
you, brother.
can't move
Yep.
up in weight? Who that, JJ?
That's true, bro. Look, we got the Las Vegas, the Inoue program. Naoya Inoue, compliments of the boy boxing and barbecue.
Boxing and barbecue.
Can I keep it, or is this just are you just shutting it off? Yeah, boxing bar, bro. This guy here, everybody loves boxing and barbecue. Hey, but moving on, bro. Or on that note, shit. You hear me? All right, on the note of weight, we have the co-main event, 126 pounds. Where Inoue would land next. We got Raphael Espinosa fighting against our hometown boy, Eddie Vasquez. Look, man, we know Raphael coming off of those two big wins against Ramirez. Our boy, he's got 2 losses. This is going to be a tough fight for our hometown kid. It seems like Raphael Espinosa, man, has found out he's taking his game to the next level. What chances?
You breaking up, Jay? You breaking up? I couldn't hear the last
Can you
part of
hear
your
me? I think the
question.
internet's started. Can I would
Oh, it's
any
all good.
chance
So let
against
me just
Raphael
go and
Espinosa?
continue while JJ
Can you hear me?
fixing that. So I think I heard him ask me what chance do I give our hometown kid. I give him a great chance. I give him a great chance. I think it's his time, right? You know, I think he done been there, done that, right? I think we look at these fighters who lose a couple of times when they step up and we just ready to finish them. Look what Rolly did last night. He the key example of you could take losses. You could come into a fight where nobody believe in you but yourself, right?
Facts. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Is it still choppy?
No.
Okay, cool. No, I heard bits and pieces of what you said, and I heard you say you're gonna give Vasquez a chance. I'm with you. I think Vasquez is a tough kid. I think he knows the magnitude of this moment. And listen, guys, I'm beyond. I mean, we're putting the attention on Vasquez because we seen the kid come up. We see Vasquez grow up. This is a huge moment for him. We've seen Rafael Espinosa look great under the lights. He came out and performed. Obviously, he's a safe pick. I am expecting a scrappy, tough ass fight on that co-main event. What the main event won't be a long, tough fight because I'm predicting a quick work for Inoue. I think fans will enjoy.
No, Jay, I'm with you, right? Look, I'm picking. Hold up. I'm picking Eddie Vasquez to win this fight. And I'm not just picking him because he's from our surrounding area.
Look at that. Okay.
I'm not just doing that because I picked Madrimov to beat Virgil Ortiz, right?
That's true.
So I mean, at least that's what I thought was gonna happen. Because the thing is, I got to keep it fair and honest. Whether I'm right or I'm wrong, there's no need to feel a certain type of way. But listen, I think Eddie Vasquez done been through his trials and tribulations, man. JJ, I
Mm-hmm.
watched this kid come up, right? And I'm not showing no empathy and sympathy because I watched this kid come up. I watched this kid come up being that guy in and around his way in his area. And I know it's easy to see a guy and see him slip up. He been in 2 big fights. He don't win and he look that way. But I'm telling you, it ain't nothing like believing in yourself. and
Facts.
capturing this moment. I've been watching Eddie Vasquez throughout this entire training camp, his posts, keeping up with him, just seeing his mindset. And I think tomorrow night is going to finally be his night to show up and show out against a grand opponent.
Listen,
In
I would be
a tough fight.
I would be telling you right now, are you crazy? Why are you picking up sets? But you got me yesterday, Mr. ILTBA. You got me yesterday with the crazy pick. I'm gonna speed through this a little bit, bro, just because as more people are coming in, the Wi-Fi signal's getting up, ESPN's already setting up, so I could see the signal going down. I want to make a real quick recap on yesterday. Teofimo Lopez, Barboza, that went as I.
We'll tell your Wi-Fi going out again. So what we're gonna do, man, y'all, JJ in Viva Las Vegas, man. He out there putting
Can you hear
in
me?
major work for the Spit Bucket podcast. JJ, I'm finna go. JJ, just let me close it out real quick. Cause I know you got to get to work. So JJ, my dog JJ Solomon, my brother from another, my best friend on the planet, you understand me? He down there in Viva Las Vegas. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it with him because unfortunately we started shooting this movie that I got a role in next week, and we have our this is the last week to get prepared for it. But JJ, he went out there. He done been from New York to Las Vegas. Man, when I tell you I got so much love for this dude, it's unimaginable, man. Shout out to everybody out here. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Y'all make sure y'all go on TSB. All our social medias from Instagram. Y'all go everywhere. We on everything. JJ, any final words?
Hey.
Okay, JJ, go on, close it out, man. You keep messing up. Just cut the show. Salute everybody. Subscribe.
This is JJ Solomon.
This Kareem Bradshaw, Mr. ILTBA. Mr. These boys can't touch me on my worst day. And this is the Spit Bucket Podcast.